Good evening.
And welcome to Stolen Moments. Our first edition, and we welcome each and every one of you to Stolen Moments here on Cluster TV here, and I am so glad to be with you. I am Riva Blue, as all of you know. Thank you, and to our viewing audience, and thank you for tuning in and watching, and I am so excited to have our first show. We have a number of shows coming up, but this is going to be all about music, entertainment, and artists, especially here in Atlanta, so that we can give more exposure to all the musicians and artists who need that type of representation right here in Atlanta. And I now am so proud to have, I just don't want to cry. I'm just like having Avery Dixon here in the studio for the first time. And I was thinking about it one day as I was at home, and I was like, Avery Dixon. I remember the young man. You were what, about 13 years old when I first met you, and we were doing getting ready to do a show. I'm not exactly sure what the moment was, but then there were other times where we were at with the Unity Jazz Foundation, and you came up and you sat in and you performed with the orchestra, the Leo Renaissance Jazz Orchestra. And look where you are now today. Congratulations. Another round of applause. Got talent. Second place finisher, but sometimes second is better than first. Isn't that correct?
Yes, it is.
And that's what your mother has told me over and over again. Sometimes second is better than first. So let's just start out for our people who are not familiar. Some didn't catch the show. I know I went over the shows over and over again, and every time I watched the show, the tears were just pouring. And so you were born premature, 1 pound, 8 ounces.
Yes, ma'am.
And as you were growing up, your lungs or your vocal cords had to develop?
Yes, they actually didn't and still don't close all the way.
Okay.
That's why my voice sounds like this.
Yes,
But
it's okay.
It could have been much worse,
Sorry.
A little bit of rasp,
Uh-huh.
It kind of has a little bit of sparkle to it.
Yes, it does. It does. It sparkle. You're looking pretty good too.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So now that you're here and you're all grown up, you're what? 22.
I'll be 23 this year, so yes, I am 22.
And okay, all grown up. The fanfare. Everyone loved you. I couldn't believe what I was seeing and watching on TV. How does it all feel right now to you? It's so
It's just some love I'm trying to get back.
yeah.
I owe a lot of people hugs and kisses.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people that cried, rejoiced,
Yes.
really just sat through all of this along with me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like something where, it's not fame. It's more so, it's kind of like I'm sitting alongside someone I always knew.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the person I'm trying to be to everybody else.
Yes.
Because it's like, I've been at it a long time before America's Got Talent.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a lot, and it was like, it's nice to get that recognition,
Yes.
I would say. Because a lot of people aren't where I am.
Right.
A lot of people have been doing it a lot longer, have been doing more, have been working probably 10 times harder than they may never get on the same stage I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
But my goal is not to even achieve the fame, it's to kind of shine a light on the people that don't have that chance.
Mm-hmm.
To show the people that have been working, who are working, who want to get into it, that you can do it.
Yes.
That I'm not special.
Yes.
I'm just like everyone else.
How did you decide on music as a career and playing the saxophone? When did the thought come to you?
The thought came as, I'd say I started playing when I was 9. At first, I just, I knew I liked it.
Yes.
And it was kind of like a hobby, and I knew I wanted to be good.
Right.
And then there was my mom finding competition.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people that I actually had the chance to grow up with.
Yeah.
And then I knew I wanted to be better than someone.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get into listening to celebrities, you have competition galore.
Right.
I want to be better than the people that are the best.
Right.
And that's when it becomes a competition. And then it became a career after I figured out I could become better.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, learning is a journey.
Yeah.
First you learn,
Mm-hmm.
then you kind of try it out, and then he's trying to make money off of it.
Okay.
So it's like I was about like,
Let me pat you down. You got some money? You got some money?
no, I don't. I do not have any money, but I'm trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Oh, that's
So if you got some nickels and dimes, you know,
Okay.
I got some of that change, and on you, I'll happily just, you know, kind of slide a little bit closer to you, like, I see what you got there. I have a service I can offer.
Okay.
So that you can pay me.
Okay, so where did you study music and how did you learn music and how did that come about?
I started off at close to the Westminster, you know, their kind of private school campus.
Yeah.
There was a place called the Academy of Music at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now my teacher and me, we transferred to a different place. So now we are working at the Clayton State University campus.
Okay.
And his name is Stacy Holden.
Okay.
So he's known me since I was 9.
Okay.
We kind of commemorate the date. It's December 20th, December 21st. So it's December 21st. Shouts out to Mom. I had tried college. I got in on a full tuition scholarship, and it was the worst year and a half ever. Now, we don't dwell on the worst parts of our life here. We just kind of get up, dust ourselves off, and we move on. Now, for me, my move on, I had a job set up with Facebook Meta.
Okay.
So I knew I was going to quit. That was it.
Okay.
Because it was like I had gotten a lot of insults at this school I was at. And we'll let it remain unnamed
Okay.
out of interest for the school.
Okay. That's all right.
Because, you know, we move on.
Yes.
But as I was moving on, I decided that I'd quit music. I was going to retire. I was probably I wasn't even 20. I was going to retire at 21? How many 21-year-olds do you hear retire?
Not too many, unless you're in the movies or something like that.
Yeah, but see, I wasn't in no movies.
Yeah.
I just had a bad college experience. So I was getting ready to quit.
Okay.
My mom and my big brother, they actually tricked me. They like to call it convincing.
Okay.
So my brother's like, you know, my brother, he's a tall, slender gentleman.
Okay.
But when he talks to you, he's gentle, but he's stern. So he goes, now Avery. He sits me down,
Okay.
pours me a cup of water. So it's like, okay, what's going on? So he goes, all right, so you got a few more, virtual gigs.
Okay.
Because it's the top of the pandemic.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
he goes, he has, he says he had a pamphlet in his hands. He goes, you have this gig and this gig, and these people pay good money to get a good show. So he goes, since they pay good money, they want a good show, I want you to give it your all. I want you to do the best you can for these last few gigs you got coming up. So, on the other side of that, my mom has written out a America's Got Talent ID sign. It's on a stand in front of me. I didn't see it. To me, it wasn't there until it was too late. So I played this virtual gig. I thought it was a virtual gig.
But it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. The story gets worse.
It really gets better. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. For all the viewers, it gets better. For me though, I'm just like I'm feeling silly at this point. Because I played this virtual gig. I played in front of my, little laptop. And now it's like, all right, now you're in waiting room. And it's like in these nice black bold letters. America's Got Talent, season 17, waiting room. So I'm like, huh?
Oh, really?
So I go, Mom, what's this? She goes, it's a waiting room. And she says it like it's a normal day. Just a waiting room. So I'm reading it over and over and over and over again. I'm like, Mom, I said I wouldn't do it. Because she kept asking me, do you want to audition? No. Do you want to audition? No. Do you want to audition? Absolutely not. I'm quitting.
You're quitting.
I'm quitting. Yeah, I'm in the middle of retiring here. Like I'm about to go kick my feet up and go work for Facebook. So here she goes. She's like, all right, great, so you made it. A producer pops up on the screen, and this is live. I'm trying to retire here, and here we are in a waiting room with a producer from America's Got Talent. And he goes, all right, great job. I go, great job. What do you mean great job? I didn't ask him, but it's like, so this was not a gig, this was an audition. So, for one, she tricked me. My big brother. So I didn't know she tricked me. I went through the producer auditions. Everything went terrific. And then next I know, we're on a plane in California.
Wow.
I'm no longer pretty anymore.
So now you're learning to become independent and making decisions.
Absolutely.
Yes. So what was your first decision that you really had to make about America's Got Talent?
Wardrobes.
Oh, yes.
So, as y'all can see, we dress a certain way here.
Yeah.
A lot of times in Hollywood, they're designers, they're tailors, they're altered people, they're people that suggest on all the jackets that you should get. They brought in a collection of what? Over 10 jackets. And it's like, it's my fantasy. I love suits.
All right.
But the great part about Hollywood is when you're a guest, you don't have to pay for it. So it's like,
choose what you want.
Oh yeah. Colors.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color is blue. I am a blue man.
Well, all right now. Riva Blue here.
Oh yeah. Now we go way back. Now the first time I met Riva Blue, she was actually wearing blue.
Yeah. Wow.
And we were over at A5. It was a very nice venue. My first big show with WCLK.
Okay.
Now I had got up hearing Miss Blue on the radio, and it was like, my mom's like, all right, so this is who we're gonna meet today. Now I was much younger at the time, so it's like, my mom's like, all right, you're gonna meet Blue. I'm like, okay. No, how? So she's like, we Stan Bryant got you a gig, at A5. And it was like him and a whole bunch of great musicians. Now, I'm the youngest one there. Understandably, I was 13. Now I'm watching Miss Blue walk through the room. She's just doing it. She's all, she gets up. Hello, everybody. Welcome to A5. You know how she does it. And it was like, that was my first taste of, what I was going to do for the rest of my life. Headlining shows, being a guest artist, meeting icons like this woman here.
As you can tell, Avery is no longer the shy little boy being bullied in school, calling names and all this other stuff. You have your personality has grown, blossomed, and you are just a wonderful young man, and to be here in front of you. Now, tell me about the choreography when you were on America's Got Talent.
All right, now, choreography. Believe it or not, I have 2 left feet. And my father there, Mr. Marcus Dixon. Now, he can attest that I cannot dance.
I can't tell. Not by the show.
Now, see,
you had some spins.
The fun part is they have choreographers.
Okay.
Now, these are not like your, little dance. These are real deal Hollywood choreographers that have a set time that you come in. They work with you, and then you go home and you practice. Now, home for me was the hotel for about a month.
Oh, wow.
Now, I enjoyed every minute of it.
What kind of, okay, go ahead.
No,
You're in a lot of trouble.
Don't worry, I'll get into it.
Go ahead.
Now, I didn't get into any trouble at the hotel.
Okay.
All my friends that I made out there at the set, they all know that coming in, I was not the most talkative person. Now, of course, they talked to me until I started talking because we were doing interviews every day and answering questions, doing fan videos. We were doing everything. Everything that you saw on camera was kind of like they give you a list, and it's like, all right, so you want to be ready for this. when you do this. Now, you don't know when you're going to do it. All you know is somebody you get pulled aside into a room, and they're like, you're kind of looking at, it's like a chair just like this. You know, all right, so what's your name? Now, that's the first thing they did. And it's on camera. They go, what's your name? My name is Avery Dixon. All right, look at the camera. So that was my first real deal interview. And it was we talked and talked for hours. A lot like the Hollywood stuff you see here. Now, Miss Blue, she's no stranger to it. Now me, I'm new to it all. So it's kind of it's really scary. Choreography is terrifying. Because it's you get this choreographer, and he's like, all right, so you can do something he's kind of getting down. And I'm
James Brown.
yeah. He's literally gliding across the floor, and I'm see, fun fact. When I was playing in front of those 14 million and 4,000 sitting there, at my audition, I could not feel my hand because I was actually dehydrated the whole day because my mom had been telling me to drink water. But as I said, I'm grown now. You know, I get to make my own decisions. So I decided not to drink water.
All right. So now you're out there on the stage with Terry Crews. And they say, okay, you need some water now.
Yeah, because I was actually...
And you just guzzle down the water, all right? So, and then now you're ready.
But the thing is, my mom actually told me to go get me some water because you can't tell on camera, but I was actually kind of swaying back and forth. She could see it. She was like, okay, you have to go down. Go get some water. So yeah.
And then you put on that performance. Who were you playing? Were you playing with? You broke out into a song.
Oh yeah.
What song was that?
It was Try Little Tenderness for the audition.
Oh yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah.
Of course, you was in Try Little Tenderness. Associate Otis Redding.
Absolutely.
With that. And my last name being Redding, for real. So, there's some connection with my Macon family and Otis. And you did a superb job. Came out, it was smooth, and then you built up tempo, and then you drove everybody crazy. You found yourself a whole new family there on stage with Simon Cowell, Heidi, and Howie, and they each individually loved you their own way. But you had a great relationship there with Heidi. What was that all about?
Well, Heidi is a very, very tall model, but she's also a very nice person. She's pretty.
Yeah.
She's real pretty. But I digress. Heidi is extremely nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simon Cowell.
Yes, Simon, he's a small giant.
Okay.
It's nice to be taller than someone.
Woo! And never would have thought that based on his personality.
Oh no. So don't get me wrong. Simon, he's built, but he's short. Now don't get me wrong. He's got the biggest bodyguard I've ever seen.
Okay.
I guess for good reason.
Yeah.
But he's a very nice man.
Yeah.
Although in the years that we've known him on the TV,
yeah,
he's not like that in person.
Did Howie Mandel shake your hand?
He gave me a fist bump.
Get out, really? Oh, wow. And that's all right. That comes a long way from
And I was surprised. It's we all know Howie Mandel is a germaphobe. Right. Respectfully. Yeah. So it's I wasn't expecting no contact from him. Okay. So he was I'm like, but nah, really cool dude, really goofy too.
Okay, so now you lead into the Babyface performance. That was extremely wonderful. How was your relationship first when they said, did they tell you it was going to be Babyface? Or?
Well, in Hollywood, they don't tell you everything at first. You kind of just, you don't see it coming. They kind of just, Babyface, all right.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, so there's at first it starts off as talk. You know, we'd like to get you a guest. And I'm like, all right. And it's like, so we'll get with you in a few days.
Okay.
And it was like, that was that.
A mystery.
Yes.
All right.
So you have your meeting. They say they want to get you a guest. They don't tell you who it is. And then it's like a few days later, they pull you into another room. They're like, all right, so we got you Babyface. And I'm like, sure you did. Sure you did.
You don't believe that, right?
Yeah. So we got that. Sure you did. Sure you did. Sure you did. Of course you did. Sure. And it's like, they're like, all right, so rehearsals at this time. I'm like, rehearsal for what? Babyface. All right. So that's when they start telling me. All right, so this is what you don't want to do, Babyface. Now these people have worked with him before. So they're like, all right, so you don't want to do too much of this. You don't want to do too much of that. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. You don't want to play too much. You don't want to play too loud. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. Because you'll get fired. Everything is hinged on you'll get fired. So at this point, I am absolutely terrified. Out of my mind, I am scared.
This is what you signed up for.
Yes. You sign up for it, but nobody tells you that they're going to scare you halfway to death before you don't sign. And it's like, at this time, there is a swarm of producers as soon as he hits the set. And it's like, everybody knows Babyface is coming. So it's like, everybody you would see, executives, producers, executives, everybody's there because Babyface is there. And it's like, you kind of know that going up the ladder, there's certain badges that kind of signify the importance of everybody there. So it's like, somebody pulls up in a very nice car, they go, that is the executive producer of the whole show. They're here because Babyface is here, and they want to make sure everything goes perfect.
Ready?
Oh, yeah, good.
Okay, we're going to hear a couple of tunes. I don't know, one or two right now.
Absolutely.
Before our audience, and enjoy, everyone. feature star.
Yeah.
Who got the gold buzzer.
Yeah.
And Terry Crews hit the buzzer, didn't he? Who was Terry Crews?
Yeah.
He hit the buzzer.
It was the Terry Crews.
Who hit the buzzer? He was like, no, nobody else is gonna do this except me. Your new big brother.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's definitely a big brother behind my big brother.
Yeah. Okay. Now tell us before, because we're almost towards concluding the program for today, this evening. The babies, the Grace, Notes, and Totes. Can you tell us about this?
So, Grace Notes and Totes is my very own non-profit. I started it when I was graduating high school because at the time I had been blessed enough to be able to make a living out of what I was doing at the time in 2019. I feel old. But so I was able to take a lot of my earnings at the time, and I was like, I'm not a big spender, but I knew I was a big giver. So, where I grew up, the church I went to, we give big time.
What church is that?
That's First Iconian Baptist Church. Shouts out to my family over there. They taught me how to give.
Okay.
I grew up, before I was doing big time music, I was playing in the church band. But it was like, there'd always be like a musician that would kind of either slip some in your hand or, one of the mothers would be like, come buy some lunch, baby. So I just kind of took that and I ran with it. Because like in high school, a lot of us, we have jobs or we have our parents doing their chores or fortunate allowances. But I was blessed to be able to do my music. And I was able to take that and buy a large amount of preemie diapers, wipes, and clothes, and branded bags and everything. And I was able to turn it into a nonprofit organization called Grace Notes and Totes. And I've been able to partner with DeKalb Medical NICU to be able to give back for the last 3 years.
Wow. We can be thankful for that you have that in mind to be able to share your experience and then give back to others who are really in need and need support as well. And so you're continuing to do great things and all that's happening for you in your career. And it's only at the beginning. You're just getting started. Right? Other perks that come with being in second place. And you are going to build a studio, but it has been gifted to you. Well, how does that go? Because we only have a couple more minutes.
Okay, so the cat's out the bag.
I'm sorry. Well, I hear and I share. Okay.
So, long story short, I did not win America's Got Talent, but it's okay. Don't boo. It's good. So, what I did win was a great group of people that have banded together to gift me a studio building. And hopefully within the next either few years, I will have my own studio. I'll have everything in it. It'll be somewhere where people like us can create, my age, can come in, not only make music, but shoot your videos and everything. Because I'll also have a VFX studio in there as well. So it won't just be like a music studio. It'll be something fresh, something new, something where, you're not having to pay top dollar to kind of get your dream out there.
So you can be your own independent artist, own your own music.
Absolutely.
Rights to your music, yeah.
Now, I mean, if somebody does come through with a nice, huge contract, get me in for 5 months now.
That's a great idea. So are you writing some music and getting ready for what might be your album coming up? And there was also something about Cannonball Adderley. What was that connection?
Oh, yeah.
Cannonball Adderley.
But so the connection with Cannonball Adderley, he's an amazing pioneer in jazz music.
Yeah, alto saxophone.
Alto saxophone specialty.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it was my first jazz album that I had received at the time, before I actually started learning jazz. I was classically trained at the time, thanks to my grandma right there. She's a gifted cello player. And at the time, she has a friend named Miss Ann Eccles. Miss Ann Eccles is a very, very, very sweet, I'll call her young woman. She was like, well, Avery, I got you something for Christmas. And she's like, you know, I know you play the saxophone, and I got you a album called The Definitive Cannonball Adderley. And you know, just give it a listen and tell me what you think about it. You know, if you don't like it, you can always give it back. Needless to say, I didn't give it back. I listened to it up until I couldn't listen to it anymore and wouldn't play anymore. And then I found the internet to go find more music. But that's the connection there. It's just, it kind of spilled over into me actually learning my own history. So it's like, at the time, I didn't know much about jazz. I didn't know much about my own history with music. And it turns out I'm from an extremely long line of musicians.
Great-great-grandfather?
Now my great. So great. So my great-great-grandfather, grandma. So it's actually my grandma's father. His name is Maxwell Davis. Now, have y'all ever heard the Batman theme? Yes? Now, the original Batman theme, my great-grandfather wrote it. So, he worked with B.B. King, Etta James. There's a Louis Armstrong book and a B.B. King book at the Epcot Museum at Disney. And it actually mentions him by name. So, I'm the heir to music royalty.
Thank you for joining us on Stolen Moments, the very first episode right here on Cluster TV. And I can't wait to be able to play your music on WCLK 91.9. You were on the radio with me this past Friday. But I'm waiting for your original music so that we can play it on 91.9. I'm waiting for it. I'm excited and glad to be a part of your journey. Your beautiful journey. And you're so much. It's been wonderful. Do you have another selection to close out with?
I believe I do.
Another round of applause for Avery Dixon.